Greetings and thank you for being part of the Society for Clinical Research Sites on SCRS Talks. I'm your host, Jimmy Bechtel, the Vice President of Site Engagement with the Society. Get ready to dive into pressing clinical research industry topics, celebrate noteworthy achievements, and create a deeper connection with the research community. This is a space to amplify voices and perspectives that shape the landscape of clinical research. Today, we have Robin Douglas, the Vice President of Research Site Engagement with Medidata, here to share with us some updates on the Medidata Site Tech Board. Now, we talked about this. We introduced this topic on SCRS Talks several months ago, and they've had some really engaging conversations with our site community around some of the developments that Medidata is making for the industry. So Robin is going to share with us a little bit about what they've learned and what's changed and what sort of institutional adjustments they've made as a result of the great conversations. But before we dive into that, Robin, it'd be great to learn a little bit about you and your background.
Thanks, Jimmy. And I'm so grateful for the opportunity to be here with you today. As you said, my name is Robin Douglas. I'm currently the Vice President of Research Site Engagement here at Medidata. But I have over 30 years of experience in the industry, all on the site side or site advocacy or site engagement type roles. So I spent about half of my career at the site running psychiatric trials at VAs and large academic centers in the Southwest, and then spent about 13 years at IQVIA in various roles in their Prime and Partner program, their SPN program, Site and Patient Networks, for those of you that don't know that, as well as heading up operations for their virtual trials team. I really am passionate about meeting the patient where they are and supporting sites in that journey. And so I spent some time with a service provider, Markin, understanding direct-to-patient opportunities as well as home healthcare, and then spent some time at CVS Health before joining Medidata. And I'm excited to tell you, I've been here 3 months and it's been amazing.
That's great, Robin. Yes, we're excited to have you, and we're excited to continue the work with the tech board. So for our listeners, Robin, if you want to start us off, can you remind everyone what the Medidata Site Tech Board is and really what it's designed to do?
Absolutely. So at Medidata, we really wanted to partner with SCRS in a new and novel way beyond a traditional SAG that we're all used to and really, enjoy. We wanted the opportunity to work with sites of all types and sizes and really embed them in everything that we do. And why did we want to do that? Because sites are more than our end users. They really are our partners. And with the support of SCRS, the Medidata Site Tech Board officially kicked off, in June of 2023. It has over 20 site organizations as members, representing about 155 years of combined experience across 15 therapeutic areas. So very experienced sites, all different types, whether that's independent sites, site network, academic institutions, and health systems. And this board was really designed to be a bi-directional partnership. It's a forum that helps us understand the challenges that sites face so we can build better solutions and ultimately create a better experience for our site and our patients. But what does that really mean? What we mean is we host interactive workshops with our product design team and or our operational teams directly with our site tech board members so they can proactively provide feedback and help us ensure that what we're building and rolling out here at Medidata, our product and our processes, are the right solutions for our sites and our patients. So this tech board captures the site voice and firmly plants it in our product development and process design.
That's excellent. Medidata team, I think the more that we can do things like this as an industry, I hope others take this inspiration and as a model, because it's been really successful, and I'm excited to talk a little bit more about that. So elaborating on that, why are groups and projects like this specifically important to Medidata, but also then the industry as well? What does this really mean when we build things like this together?
As you're well aware, Medidata started a patient insights program about 5 years ago and is a very patient-centric organization. But we both know in order to be truly patient-centric, you have to be site-centric as well. And so site-centric, it means to us, is really being conscious of and committed to addressing the challenges that prevent clinical trial sites from delivering that patient experience and the best possible results for their CROs and their clients. So the tech board creates the opportunity to champion that voice, and it provides the opportunity to not only champion, but amplify it internally and externally. And what I mean by that is we can use the feedback proactively, right, to build better solutions and eliminate the inefficiencies, reduce that technology burden that we see on sites, and really empower them to deliver a better patient experience. We don't see the Site Tech Board as a group or a project, but as a committed team of site advocates that really are our partners.
That's great, Robin. And again, you're emphasizing the point that we're making here. These are valuable. These are important. And I think if we can continue to make great strides in the work that we're doing together here on behalf of sites, I think everyone wins, right? So what sort of things then have you brought to the tech board since its inception? What are the topics? What are you guys talking about with these sites and really keying in on? I know it's been several different things now, but maybe highlight a few of them.
I'm happy to. So we've done both product and process design workshops to date. So when we think about the different products that we have here at Medidata, one of the ones that we got in front of the Site Tech Board early on was our e-consent solution, and got some great feedback that has actually led to some changes, in that platform that are going to be released soon, which we'll probably talk about a little bit more in a minute. But we've also brought the team our RTSM product, which is our randomization and study management platform, as well as our site payments solution, which we're also adding a patient payment solution soon to be released. And you can't forget Rave, right? Rave EDC. So we brought the EDC design in front of the group as well. We've spent a lot of time talking about how sites manage patients. So what that process looks like, what their operational processes and workflows look like. And most recently, we tackled training and adoption. Because we know with all the different systems that are being handed down to sites, training has also become burdensome and somewhat redundant. And so we had some really good conversations about how to solve for some of those pain points.
That's great, Robin. And what I really like about what you just said are the fact that these are not only are they product lines, which is not either here nor there, but also key areas of challenge at the site level. When we talk about payments and patient payments and data entry, right? These are the things that consistently come up. Underemphasizing the point that it's obvious that Medidata is one of the companies that's listening to the sites, developing products along the lines of solving site needs, but also then reaching out to sites and actively engaging them in the development of those products. And not every company out there can say that they're doing that. In fact, a vast majority of them aren't doing this, at least to SCRS's knowledge. So kudos to you guys to really be listening and focusing on and then perpetuating solutions in the spaces where sites actually need them. In other words, you're not developing products and sitting here spinning your wheels talking about the things that the sites don't necessarily want to talk about or aren't pressing issues for them. So I think that's a good round of applause here for the Medidata team. Can you maybe then share what Medidata has done with that feedback? You talked about the feedback that is being given and the product lines and the areas in which you are engaging the sites, but what are you doing with that feedback? Or as a result of what we've talked about, the golden question here is what sort of change has been made as a result of the work that this group has been doing with the Medidata team?
That's another great question, Jimmy. We've taken all the feedback, and I think feedback is wonderful. And we've had some very amazing conversations, but it's really now about the action of that feedback. So I'm going to give you a couple examples where the feedback actually led to optimization of our products, and in some cases influenced a brand new product. The site feedback that led to the most substantial updates in product design really were around our e-consent platform and our soon to be released patient payment solution. So both teams will be launching new products in the coming months that will eliminate the inefficiencies and optimize the user experience for both sites and patients, largely based on the feedback provided by the Site Tech Board. In fact, this could not have been possible without the feedback that they provided. When we think about process, we mentioned that we had an opportunity to talk through patient management and what that means for a site. Here at Medidata, we're really on a mission to decrease the site burden and support patients, especially when they're technology-enabled trials. So based on the feedback that we got, we're thinking critically about how patients are onboarded into a trial and how we can make that experience more seamless for both sites and patients. So based on the feedback that we received, we're looking to simplify the day-to-day. We're looking at notifications, alerts. We're looking more strategically across the platform to improve that user experience. With the most recent tech board, we talked about training and adoption. There's more to come on this topic, but we're taking the call to action from SCRS West seriously at the end of the session. Dave Volcano said we need to decrease training by 25% for all staff. We're really taking that seriously here, and we're working with our global learning team and coming up with some ideas and solutions to make that a reality. We figure if we can decrease the site burden and eliminate the redundant training, staff will now have the time to spend with their patients.
And I think that is the ultimate goal for everyone. And it's great to hear that focus here. And I think it goes to speak to your background, Robin, and your emphasis. You get it. You know what it's like to have been at a site and been on the, we'll say, receiving end of technologies that don't make our lives easier. So I think that perspective is really important for us to maintain. And you're getting that not only through your leadership, but also through the engagement of the sites that are part of this.
Thanks, Jimmy. Do you mind if I ask you a question?
Oh, absolutely.
Well, you've been a big part of our site tech board since the beginning, and without the partnership with SCRS, we wouldn't be as far along as we are with our current site engagement strategy. But what do you think the value is for sites that are participating in the board, or even for SCRS to help us, be part of this?
SCRS has always been focused on and really founded. It's part of our mission to amplify the voice of the global research site. And these are direct opportunities to do just that. We are bringing the voice of the site to one of our trusted partners at Medidata to advise and guide product development and product strategy and roadmap. What better example of that than in one of these site tech boards or this modified site advocacy group that we've built together? It's really a great opportunity for the sites to do that. But then conversations like these and the outcomes of the work that we're doing together are really great examples of we've listened, and we're shaping our products and our strategy based on what the sites want. That is the true power of what the society does, and what the society does, most importantly, with our partners on behalf of other sites. This is a small group. We're looking at some 20 odd sites between the two cohorts that we have involved here. And we rely on that cohort to represent the voice of the sites everywhere and then perpetuate that messaging and those needs out to the broader group and make change to your global products as a result of that. So there's a lot of power that I hope those that are listening can understand is being developed in here. And then, of course, for SCRS, I think the message is similar here. We're in it for the sites. We're here on behalf of the sites, and we want to make their lives easier. So enabling programs like these and facilitating these kinds of conversations and perpetuating partnerships like these only goes to, again, advance the work of the sites globally so that they can, again, do what they need to do, and that's treat their patients to the absolute best of their ability.
It really is a partnership with purpose. We've taken the discussion and are really working together to create that action to lead to better outcomes.
I couldn't agree more, Robin. It's been a great partnership, and I'm excited for it to continue. Really only feels like sometimes that it's just getting started, because we constantly have these new iterations and these new product lines and these new strategies that we're bringing in front of this tech board. So it's evergreen, which is great. We're never going to solve everything because we're constantly evolving. And I think that's exactly why we need to continue the work like this. But Robin, as we begin to wrap up here, I do have one final question for you. I always like to end a little bit around the future. What's next for this group? And what do you really envision as the future of site engagement with Medidata?
I'm super excited about the future here with site engagement at Medidata. Our goal is to take the great work that we've already done and continue to amplify that internally, as well as with our CROs and pharma clients. We're looking to expand our current Site Insights program by building some new channels and partnerships that will allow us to continue to build our site relationships and establish some new and novel ways of working together to continue to solve challenges proactively. But the future of site engagement at Medidata is simply a steadfast commitment to continue to bring the site voice into everything that we do. It's our commitment to eliminating inefficiencies that delay progress and decreasing the tech burden on our sites so they can spend more time with their patients and bring life-saving treatments to market faster.
Well, Robin, I think that's a really great place for us to end on for our conversation today. Thank you for sharing some of the updates for the Tech Board. I hope to do this again in several months and get another update from some of the developments. It's really important for us to not only enable these channels through these site advocacy groups and the Medidata Site Tech Board specifically, but also to perpetuate the messaging around what's being done. All right, we're coming together, we're talking, we're spending time doing this. What are the changes as a result of it? So thank you for helping us understand some of the great things that you're doing as a result of this board. And thank you for your time today in sharing what you're doing and your dedication, of course, to the research sites all over the world.
Thanks, Jamil. I couldn't do it without our team and without our partnership. So thank you for all you do to support us in these endeavors.
You got it. Thanks, Robin. For those that are listening, don't forget to explore more site-focused resources like our site advocacy group opportunities that we talked about during our discussion today on our website, myscrs.org. You'll also find a wealth of knowledge and content and publications on that website, plus the opportunity to save your spot for upcoming SCRS webinars and summits. Thank you for tuning in, and until next time.